Hi, I have a 12 o'clock abortion.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but Planned Brotherhood is not affiliated or associated with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a registered trademark of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, Incorporated.
What am I supposed to do with this dumbass baby then?
Well, I've got a hanger and some ibuprofen.
Go! Planned Brotherhood! Planned Brotherhood! Nick are out of control. They will crash the airwaves with a microphone. So sit down tight and listen close. All the ladies now take off your clothes.
Welcome to episode 85 of Planned Brotherhood. If it's your voice you'd like to hear at the beginning of our episode, send us a disclaimer, 206-338-7562. Sam is our guest. Enjoy. Sam, you sound a little nasally, but
fuck you.
That's to be expected.
Yeah, well.
I feel like such a big shot wearing your headphones right now also, PJ.
I know, I have the longer cord.
Those are the pilot phones?
Yeah. I'm only a co-pilot.
Right.
I think that's been clear since episode 2.
Okay.
What was the name of episode 2?
I don't know. I was just thinking about it the other day.
We're buttercreamers.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we mentioned our favorite Mormon movie
For the first
as Jehovah's Witnesses on our second episode. Yeah. We thought it was that important to get out right at the beginning. And we've called back to it.
Yeah. A couple of times, right?
Yeah. Let's do a quote.
Of the Buttercreamers?
Buttercream quote off. PJ, you start. I know, right? It's harder when
Who
I
else makes spaghetti with ketchup?
Fuck, you took mine. You took my only one. You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh.
Give me the money.
You're bringing that in too early.
I don't know.
We haven't even given the story.
Sam, you really got to see the Buttercream Gang. I have a copy on VHS.
So do I. That's the problem.
Oh, it's got to be on DVD.
Yeah. Who has a functioning VCR?
Oh,
You could probably
this day
buy
and
one
age.
really cheap, though. Like
Yeah. And then it's going to crap out on you immediately? No, thank you.
disc?
Probably get through one viewing of the
Do you not remember 1992? And having to smack it and have it come back to life? I'm talking about VCRs here, people.
I remember blowing on the disc like you did a Nintendo game, you know?
Yeah. Didn't work.
No.
And we didn't use discs with our video
Whatever.
cassette recorders.
tape. Yeah. Disc, deck.
VHS tape. You
Yeah.
have to specify, even once beta was long gone.
All right.
You guys are looking at me like I'm the only one talking.
You are the only one talking.
Do you do whistle requests?
No, I mean, I will whistle on request,
What
but
do you-
not the tune that you request.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not even if I give you the ultimate whistling song.
What is the ultimate whistling song?
PJ, you know. Top of your head.
Andy Griffith theme song?
Of course, yes. You are living in my brain right now.
I don't know what the Andy Griffith theme.
Do I can't whistle, but I'll do the do 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 do. Come on, you're still staring at me. I know you didn't have a TV, but you know the TV existed.
Yeah, but I don't know the Andy Griffith theme song.
I never did watch that
Now I
show.
can't even whistle.
I didn't either, but I still know the fucking song.
You know what I've been watching
It's
lately?
one of those things that you're born with.
I've been watching
PJ, I need to talk a lot more before I let you continue.
But I've been watching the Patty Duke show lately.
Really?
Yeah,
What channel does that even come on?
Patty Duke.
You know why I asked? Because that used to be a Nick at Night thing.
Yeah.
But now they show fucking George Lopez at 1 in the morning.
I know.
The
On Nick at
George
Night?
Lopez show. Yes. It was kind of fun a few years ago when they were going 80s retro, and it was Full House, and
Right.
He's that old Mexican comedian guy, right? Or is he?
I don't know how old he is. Yeah, I guess he's getting
He's
up
pretty
there.
old. He's
Yeah.
been around a while.
Yeah.
He's pretty old.
Most of his jokes are about being Mexican.
Really?
Yakima really loves this guy.
He's tall, dark, and Latino.
Latino.
I know-
What was the name of his album? It's
What's the
something more
heavier
offensive.
fella? The heavier George Lopez? Gabriel Iglesias?
Either that or
Who's the one that comes to the Capitol Theater and Yakima fucking clamors at the teat because they're all
Mencia?
brown skin?
yeah, him, but also Gabriel Iglesias.
Mencio comes around too?
Carlos Mencia came around like a week after George Lopez, and it was in all the papers about how they had some feud about Mencia stealing jokes.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
He's got to steal those jokes.
He stole them from Dane Cook. It's been going on and on.
How hard are they?
Dan Cook.
Did I cut you off when you were saying you were segueing?
Was I? I don't remember.
I thought Julio.
Oh, I
Iglesias
said I
a
was watching the
singer.
Patty Duke show lately.
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's fun. It's like a 50s sitcom. It's kind of funny. She's got a real pain in the neck little brother who's like so sexually aggressive.
You
like,
said
it's
pain
really-
in the neck like you were in a 50s sitcom.
Sexually aggressive.
Yeah, like he's really like horny, but like he wants to kiss girls' cheeks and stuff like that. Like it's a real weird sitcom.
Was it?
I always pictured Patty Duke as an old lady, which I'm sure she is now.
If
But
she's
did
even
she
still
keep-
alive.
Did she keep acting after that?
We sound so naive. I have no
Is that
idea.
the name of the actress?
Patty Duke. Yeah, it was the name of the show and the actress.
What is the what does she do in the show?
Does she have a job, or is that?
No, she's a.
Oh, it was
girl.
Mary Tyler Moore that had the job, and that was groundbreaking at the time.
Patty-
A woman to be working?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Patty Duke is just a girl. She lives with her parents. She goes to high school.
Oh,
Oh wow!
sounds like a great
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
I didn't
like-
know she was a high school girl.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I'm interested.
I don't know who she is. Yeah, she wasn't bad, but yeah, it's terrible. Like all those are. Also, I have a thing.
Can you whistle the theme song?
I have a query.
Query.
You know, in those old sitcoms like Leave It to Beaver and stuff, and they have the separate beds.
Yeah, the
Uh,
parents. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as a kid,
Who
I
have obviously had sex at least twice.
right.
Second time yelling beaver as
Well,
you
there are two
climax.
beds.
Right. So as a kid, I used to think, why do they sleep in two separate beds? Exactly. How did they have kids? And then when I got older,
But I also wonder how Grandma had 7
Yeah.
kids.
But then later on, I thought that it was just common knowledge, and that that I'm an idiot. That like they just made it that way for TV, and they didn't really have separate beds back then. But now I read books lately that take place back then, and they have separate beds.
By edgy writers too, so they would
Yeah.
cut to the chase, right?
Yeah.
That is weird.
So did they have? Was that common back then?
I don't know.
And how did it work?
I don't think it could be common. No,
They probably had sex on the couch.
not if Mad Men has
On the
anything to say
couch,
about it.
Yeah. They go to bed.
Well, those people always had kids running around. I read a book called The Executioners, and about halfway through, I thought, "Oh, this is a lot like
Since
Cape
you gave
Fear."
me a book reader, PJ,
I know,
I really like you a lot less.
but I,
It's part of the literati.
Let's say you're out at the bookstore, and then he makes fun of me for drinking coffee.
That's true. You did.
Let's stock up on Kerouac. I don't care what the clerk thinks. I'm awesome.
yeah, that was really embarrassing
Are you
today.
gonna start incorporating some like 50s slang into your everyday speech?
Well, I drink the gimlet.
You drink the gimlet, I know, but are we gonna go like roll some?
Do you have any as
fools
examples?
No.
What's a good 50s
tonight? I'm trying to
catchphrase?
remember.
I'm not a greaser, man. I'm a Dharma bum.
No, not even a greaser, but all the beatniks. Like I remember reading that book Junkie, the William Burroughs book.
Yeah.
and it seemed like every other word was something like.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of names for all the different drugs and the getting high.
Yeah, or even shit like, stealing a guy's wallet was like, I don't know. I don't remember.
No.
Patting him down. I don't, not that.
I think that
Something a
means
lot more
something
50s.
else.
Patting them down. Yeah,
Forget
it's
it.
a bunch of drug addicts. You gotta do what you gotta do. Ask Spot.
How does cut of my jib go? Cut of the jib?
Cut of the jib.
That's not it.
No.
That's not it.
I
the
like
cut of
the
your
cut.
jib.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah.
Is that 50s?
It's old.
I wore a bow tie when I said it, just so the listeners know.
That ain't no jib.
That makes me 50s.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, that is a good one. Let's see. What are some... there's a couple words I've been trying to incorporate lately.
You know what I like to say to people? Now when I approach someone, a friend, I go to them and I say, "Hey, trouble."
Trouble?
I like that.
Hey, trouble.
Not sure what it means.
I don't know if I like that. Well, what does that mean?
It's just
It's like calling somebody guy, whether they're a guy or girl,
But you're
except
like
for
a
an added
troublemaker.
layer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can I steal that?
yeah. Let's bring it back. Hey, trouble.
Bring it back from where? You invented that, right?
No, I think people used to say that
It's
to me. when I was
Kerouac,
a
isn't
kid.
it?
No, I'm thinking like at the Kingdom Hall.
There you
Hey,
go.
trouble.
Hey,
That's not bad.
trouble.
Yeah.
I do like it.
like
That
a
makes you an
song
instant old
title,
man, though. You don't say these things around your daughter, right? You're
Uh,
still trying to be the cool dad. I know she's not old enough to recognize it, even if you were.
What, being a cool dad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why you set
I don't
her hair
know.
on fire?
When she gets of a
I'm
certain
just
age, though, aren't
myself.
you going to be trying to impress her? Like, you'll come out of the bedroom in the morning juggling just to get a smile.
No. I doubt it. It's pretty easy to get a smile hints, so far.
Yeah, I know, but she's only 2.
I was going to say henceforth. Would that have been correct?
Her brain's still going to develop, PJ. Don't worry about it.
If I said
Yeah, it's like from here on out, right?
Yeah.
Henceforth.
Okay.
Henceforth, I shall refer to you as Trouble.
I should have said it. Yeah, trouble. You,
Hey, also episode title.
Sam, do you throw around working harder, hardly working ever?
I think I've said it once or twice, and I always kind of cringe whenever I say it.
Follow-up question. Hot enough for you?
Yeah, I guess.
It's the wrong time of season for that joke to work, I guess. But
When you knocked on the door today, it was shaving a haircut. I like that.
Thank you. That's just been
I
ingrained.
decided right then and there I like the cut of your jib.
it was funny because
Tailor-made.
the place I live now, and I just moved, and we'll get into that.
Oh, yeah, we're
At
recording.
some other time. But yeah, it's the first time recording here. But from the living room where PJ and I were watching Cliffhanger, we knew Sam was coming over. But you can see just the legs of the person through the front window because we live in the basement level of this place. And so like you have to walk down to get to it. And we saw legs coming down. And
my
we weren't
jib
sure if it
comes
was
down
my
to
new
my legs,
roommate
of
who's
course.
female.
Fuck you!
I'm just saying, we saw the legs, we saw the jeans. Skinny jeans, skinny legs.
We're going to say who your roommate is, by the way?
What's that?
We're going to say who your roommate is?
Yeah, we may as well. She's not here right now. She's not within earshot.
She's famous.
For fans of Sam on the show, I don't remember which episode, but we referred to a girl that you briefly dated, and her code name is JK.
Yeah.
And she's now my roommate. You're acting like I shouldn't talk about this when you explored further.
No, I'm not acting like that at all.
Oh, okay. I read your face wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I think basically
Easy
it
to
was
do.
just a case of Sam has the right to be picky.
Oh,
Fuck you. God damn it.
as an explanation, there was one line that Sam asked, because we tell every guest of the show beforehand, look, don't worry, don't be nervous. Anything you say that you later decide you want to cut out, just let us know.
And
we'll
I
cut it out
realized
before.
how fucking pretentious and horrible that sounded.
What was the line again? And let's hear it from Sam this
Oh,
time.
God, I don't know. It was something
Let's give it
like-
some context. PJ, you seem to remember better than me.
It was just asking why he broke up with this girl he was seeing.
and
Who's
I
now
said-
your roommate?
His roommate.
Yeah.
Let's role play.
And I said something along the lines of, I don't know, at this point in my life, I just feel like I can afford to be a bit more choosy or pick.
I like it.
Oh, it sounds so fucking
There's nothing
shitty, and it's
wrong
not
with
what
it.
I meant at all.
Yeah, plus your voice,
but-
nasally.
Nick emailed me or something, and I just never checked my email that day, the day that I edited it.
I know
Yeah.
you saw the
That's too-
email. You
I
laughed
did
to
not.
yourself. You
I
said,
like-
"All right, trouble." I'm
Anyway, that line was supposed to be extracted, and just because we brought it up again and explained it all over again, let's cast that right from our minds. That line never happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, I live with her now, and I fucking love it here.
It's a great place. You've
Yeah.
got a huge
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah, I know, my own bathroom.
Yeah.
You should specify.
With a library
I can't wait to
So,
fuck a lady in here.
in the bathroom or your bedroom.
Both,
Bathroom's
dude.
bigger.
Bathroom is bigger
A
than my
little more
bedroom.
comfortable.
Yeah. You guys
Reading
ever had
material there in
tub
case
sex?
you're bored. It doesn't work.
With yourself, it does.
Yeah, with yourself. It's just fine.
Can we smoke a cigarette and then I'll get into the cop thing?
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
no, let's go to the cop thing.
Well, yeah, what's this cop
Let's
thing?
talk about the cop thing.
Only if we cut out all this
Come on, Nick.
preamble.
I nominate.
Okay, because
Nick.
you begged, and Sam begged almost like a chihuahua. I've been hanging around a lot of chihuahuas this weekend, and you looked and sounded like one in that moment.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Why were you... Whatever, cop story.
There's a story about cops, guys.
Wait, Cop Rock?
Squirrel Cop. I heard this on NPR or on the...
I didn't hear Sam's joke, but PJ,
It wasn't a joke.
Cop Rock was funny. And yes,
Squirrel Cop.
the story will end with them breaking out into song. They had Glee beat
Yeah.
like by decades.
It's true.
Sam doesn't know TV, and we only bring it up so much when he's around.
I know of TV. I just don't know the...
Do you know of Cop Rock?
No.
Fish Police?
Fish Police? Sounds great.
It was great. That's the point. That joke was way too old for me. Sometimes I think I embody the ghost of a 60-year-old man.
Oh, you and me both.
Okay, so backstory is that this weekend I was in Eugene to see NorthwestRoyale.com's
That's
last show ever. And it was fun. I'll get into that at a later time. The point is, one of the perks of going to Eugene, which I do maybe twice a year, is that there are a lot of potheads over there and people that deal. I'm speaking frankly as a man without a job. I think I'm in the clear right now.
Deal with everyday situations.
Plus, people don't know my name, right?
Or-
So they always have great deals on weed. One guy in particular who manages a head shop, which I still haven't seen, but apparently he can get me a great deal on a vaporizer. Is that something I want? Have you ever experienced that?
One
firsthand?
time, a long time ago, it was pretty fun. It's a pretty clean way to smoke pot.
Does that mean there's no actual inhalation?
I think
I don't know
there
how it
is.
works. Does it just pump itself into the room and you hang out?
No. There's a hose that you put your mouth to.
Sam, no experience with this?
A vaporizer?
I know you're not. Yeah, I know you're not much of a pot smoker anyway.
No, I don't even know what it is. I assume it's like one of those things you put on and fall asleep to if you have congestion
No,
problems.
it's like it burns the weed and you don't get it. I don't know.
It is for chest congestion.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously.
But it's
not
also for if you want Conan to be especially funny. That particular night.
this. Okay.
So anyway, one of the perks of going to Eugene, aside from Northwest Royale's last show ever, great job, guys. Did I plug them already?
Yeah.
They're not a band anymore. It doesn't matter. And plus, I'm not that into metal. But they're all like super cool guys.
Right.
Anyway,
One guy's named Beef, right? That's
well,
pretty
the
good.
drummer's name is Beef.
I like that.
I don't think it's his Christian name.
I don't have
You
any
can't get over it.
I don't have any beef with that.
You like
He
the
actually
cut of
talked.
his jib?
He's writing an autobiography. Guess the title.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Here's the Beef.
Yeah, here's the beef.
Which is a play on Where's the Beef, of course. If you think it through, here's the beef.
Wait a minute. Are you being serious? He's writing an autobiography?
Yeah, that part was not a joke.
Oh, my God.
It's called The Other White Meat.
Beef.
So shout out to Beef, myspace.com/beef.
Heather.
But yeah, so I can't say it was him now that got me this deal. But there's a guy I know that has a head shop, and he also has some medicinal shit. And it's like for an ounce, pot smokers out there, which I assume half of our audience will know that an ounce for $2.50 of supposedly medicinal weed is a good deal.
Yeah.
But an ounce is a lot to carry also. But I was only buying half for myself because the price was so good. And then a friend who I won't name or genderize,
We're assuming it's a girl.
shit, was going to buy the other half. And so, anyway, I'm only getting this to say I had a bunch of weed when I came back from Eugene. I had an ounce, well, minus what I smoke, so probably closer to half of that amount.
Please get more specific.
Okay.
I like
Bring a
this,
scale back with you in your memory.
What if I do? What if I did that? So the point is, okay, so I came back. I had this all in my bag because I live in Ballard now. Why am I... I think you guys are just shitting on me for the sake of it.
So I tied an onion to my belt.
Okay, cop story. I
Yeah.
promised cops. So I have my duffel bag that has my clothes in it and everything else. Let me go through the pattern of the particular shirts I chose to wear this weekend.
I got it.
I was
I
making
get
fun
it.
of you, making fun of me.
Please continue.
You guys hate me right now.
No, not at all. I'm just curious about the fucking.
Is it something
Yeah.
about my...
I want to hear the end of the story.
Okay.
You're choking him.
You haven't
from
even heard the
looking at you.
beginning.
You're just so stalling.
What do I have in my bag? As I'm okay.
Shirts and weed.
Pot.
Shirts
Yeah,
and
pot.
weed. But how much weed?
Less than half an ounce or half of what you smoke.
It was an ounce,
A lot.
but I smoked some of that.
Yeah.
Pretty close to an ounce, which is a scary amount to be transporting, I guess. Even though I think it's basically decriminalized in Seattle now.
Yeah.
So I have the bag, and my new place is like a 10-minute bus ride, and it was raining, and I had just met you for a beer, Sam.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't want to walk. I had the $2 set aside and nothing else to my name, and I was going to get a bus ride back. And so I didn't check beforehand, like on the internet at my friend's house when the bus was leaving, because usually it's every 15 minutes. But on a Sunday, it's a little sketchier.
Yeah,
like
it's
it
like
can be
half
every half hour or 45 in this
Yeah.
case. So I had a long ways to wait, I realized, like once I approached the bus stop. And I've got my laptop, I've got a pound of weed. It wasn't
Ounce.
ounce was the code word. It was actually a pound. I slipped up.
You're like a perfect target for somebody to rip.
No,
off.
but I've got to know. I'm not saying it weighs anything, but like that's just an extra addition.
It weighs about
I'm worried
an
about
ounce,
wandering into the corner store and they're going to smell my bag. The bus driver doesn't really care,
Right.
but I say I got a long time to wait. So I go up long enough because you know they have it posted on the pole, the times.
Yeah.
And so I brush the rain away. It sucks. I'm soaked, and I see that I have 45 minutes to wait.
Oh boy.
And so my plan is I'm going to go to the corner store, which is right there, get a beer, like just a 24-ounce can.
Brown sacket, paper
Yeah,
packet.
yeah. Because I hadn't drank at this point in the day, and I know this makes me sound more like an alcoholic, but I
You
was
just
like,
met me for a beer.
Oh yeah, but
A pitcher of beer.
that's 2.5 apiece. Okay, Sam.
All right.
So I just wanted to continue that buzz, and so I decided I'm going to walk to the corner store. So this is my action. I look at the thing. I see I have 45 minutes. I go towards the corner store. Right as I'm starting to walk away from the bus stop, I see a bike cop. So I'm not going to respect him automatically. But I just see him, like, in my peripheral, and I leave. I'm like, it's fine, whatever. And so I start walking towards the store, and I was listening to a podcast, not ours.
Yeah.
I'm not egomaniacal. It was ours, but only because I hadn't listened to it since I posted. And so it takes me a while to realize that the cop is coming up behind me on the bike and like, hey! And so third, hey, I eventually realize what's happening. Pause it. Take a little time to laugh at the last joke that I dropped on the podcast. Episode whatever 81. Take a listen. So I turn. Fuck you. So I turn around, and it's not just the one bike cop that I had seen in my peripheral earlier. It's another one on top of that.
Two?
Yeah, so it's two, and they're like aggressively haying me. And so I turn around. And
You must have been sweating bullets by this point.
Yeah.
but I didn't know why. Like, what had I done?
Right.
I wasn't drinking publicly yet. I was just going to do that.
It's Minority Report.
Intent.
So I turn around and I reply back with a hey, and they're like, "You think we're pretty stupid, don't you?" And I said, "What do you mean?" Because I honestly didn't know what they meant.
Yeah, what the fuck? They have no right to
Jesus.
talk to you like that.
No.
Wow.
You think we're stupid enough not to recognize when you're drinking beer publicly? And I was like, honestly, sir. And it's so funny because that was my plan, but I was going to take it to the alley. They thought I was doing. And Seattle bus stop, Sam, you've walked by plenty in your time. There's bound to be a brown bag with a 24-ounce empty ice house.
Oh, yeah,
just
at least.
laying there.
Sure.
And I thinking back on it, yeah, of course that was there.
Oh, okay.
But somehow they. And so I guess what happened, they explained to me, they said, "We pull up and you take off immediately?" And I said, well, I had just looked and saw that I had 45 minutes to wait, and so I was going to go to the store to get a soda, is what I said.
Okay, nice.
In the pouring down rain.
Yeah. But the whole time, I'm fucking freaking out because I have this duffel bag with almost an ounce of
Fuck
weed.
that, man.
Right.
I dare them to search your bag. I dare them.
Well, see, I wasn't thinking that at the time. Like, I was just, I almost opened
I
it
know.
before they'd even requested I do so. Okay, give me the most lenient of punishments. I'm being
Well,
cooperative.
so what was the outcome of this thing? Like,
So they're just being total dicks.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, give me a fucking break, man. When I told them I was going to get the soda, like they're just
what, they
scoffing at
called
me.
you on that?
Oh, and then a third one pulled up. Like there's a whole bike
What?
troop like waiting across the street.
Wow, those bike cops really.
And I like I said, I had 2.5 beers. It's not like I'm some raving loony walking around.
I smell weed in his bag.
That's what I was thinking because I know on the elevator ride down to the street to the bus stop I was then waiting for, I smelled like fucking weed, man.
yeah.
So that's what I was really concerned about. And then my leg starts doing the wobbly thing.
Oh, God.
Oh my god, you're really
I get
scared.
really nervous.
Well, no
But it's because I don't want them to bust open my bag. And Peter, you automatically jump to, oh yeah, I dare you to fucking open my bag. I wasn't thinking that at the time.
Dude, I would never be that way. I would be so scared. I'd be thinking about my wife and my kid and everything.
But I was still sober, so I was cool enough.
But that's what makes me mad is that they can make you that afraid. They're just fucking people.
And
with
instantly
dogs.
accusing me. You think we don't recognize when somebody's
Come
drinking
on,
beer
shut
publicly?
the fuck
Yeah.
up.
And so I said, no, I had 45 minutes to wait. You can confirm that if you want to wander your ass back there and look at the bus times.
Well, sounds like you got a little tough with them.
No, that was hypothetical, BJ. But thank you for assuming I was so brave. So yeah, I'm just freaking out and being totally respectful. They asked for my ID, and Sam's texting. I'll wait.
No, I've got somebody's calling me at a number I don't recognize.
Oh, interesting. It's going great, guys.
So, what was the upshot of this? Like, how did you?
You can, you told the cops to walk your ass back there.
Yeah.
No, again, PD, I just bought it. I was actually just being as calm as I can, looking like Gumby in an earthquake. Am I right?
It's like looking at mom's stomach in an earthquake.
Right? So they asked for my ID. I handed it over. Yeah, right? Because I don't know where. I haven't answered a phone call I didn't recognize the number from, speaking of. in like 4 years because I don't know what the fuck anybody could be calling me about, trying to mail me about. Yeah. I try and be suspicious because I owe a lot of money to a lot of people. I'm not talking loan sharks. I'm not talking John Travolta's character from Be Cool.
Get Shorty.
Chili Palmer?
Be Cool is obviously the better of the two. I thought I'd go with what people obviously know better.
That was a movie?
It did have Christina Milian in it.
Yeah, he brought back his role as Barbarino. I'm getting really confused.
Okay, what happened with the cop? Why don't you just calm down?
They told me to... Oh, no, what I said to the cop was, rubber nose up your hose. Did I fuck that up too?
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Thank you, PJ. So as they're running my ID, the point is, like, I don't know what's going to come up. Mm-hmm. And it's not because I've killed anybody in my time here on this precious earth.
Uh-huh.
But I'm thinking, like, there could be something. I could legitimately have a warrant out for my arrest and not know it because I'm too afraid to Google myself.
But you're not afraid enough to...
I've Googled you plenty. You're fine.
Okay. There's a doctor with my name.
Nice.
Local.
Nice.
PhD.
I'm going to get me a lot of tail, guys, with that. Have the business cards made up already.
You really should. Why don't you? And then write about it.
He probably hates the fact if he ever Googled himself that I come up every fourth page with this fucking show where I'm now mocking him. Yeah, but yeah, as they're running the ID, I'm freaking out. But then I see the exchange between the cops, silent exchange, but it's still cop.
Was it like not like a positive?
Yeah. And then I was like, I'm fucking free to go. And it turns out and then they were instantly apologetic.
Oh, so they did apologize?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And then I took the attitude, like, yeah, way to take it out of my fucking day. But again, I'm saying that with my eyes, not in actual words. Because I have all the cop story sucked.
No, I liked it. I hadn't heard it.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was fucking scary.
Well, yeah, no shit.
There's some cuts could have been made, just like Cliffhanger.
Did you catch the bus, or did you have to wait around another 45 minutes?
No, the thing is, I caught the bus.
And more importantly, did you grab
I forgot
beforehand?
Did you drink the beer?
The capper to the story is I was like, because they also asked, where do you live, man? And I was like, Ballard. It doesn't say that on your card. And I was like, oh, I just moved this month.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, where in Ballard do you live?
Dude,
so I tell him.
Dude, but you have an ID card, right? Not a license?
Yeah,
You're not required to get that changed. You're not even required to carry an ID card.
You're not even required to get your address changed on your license until you get a new license, right?
They'll find you.
No, that's not true.
You have to.
You have a Nick way of thinking. They'll fucking find you, man.
You have like 15 days to change
get a
that shit
new
up.
license.
Yeah.
Once you move?
Dude, I narrowly escaped a ticket because of that.
Are you serious?
They're like, how long have you lived there? And I totally lied. I couldn't remember how many days you're supposed to get it done by.
Shit, I think I've lived in like 3 different places.
Yeah, me too. I haven't lived in this place in like 6 years. And they're like, when did you move? And I go, last month. And they're like, well, you only have 15 days. And then I still haven't. My license expires in 2 weeks anyway.
How often are you interrogated by police officers?
This was like a cop that stopped me 2 days in a row for riding that bike you gave me home from work without a headlight on.
Not a motorbike, ladies. Don't get excited.
Clown bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't have a
juggling comes in again.
It didn't have a headlight on the front, so he pulled me over 2 days in a row for that.
For not having a headlight on your bicycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
And he's like...
In Seattle, that's a rule, but yeah, come on, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, dude. Well, I do wear all black at work.
Right.
And so I was riding home like just in all black with no headlight. But still, like, he was such a fucking cock about it. And the first day he caught
You did throw him the Crip sign, though, right?
The first time I made it, I don't know how long he followed me, but I was going up the stairs to my apartment when I finally, like, took out my headphones. And he's like... in the parking lot, out of the car, spotlight shone on me. I never noticed him, and he's like, I know you can hear me. And I was like, and I just held up my headphones, like, I was like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
And then the very next night, like, I was just sort of riding the bike along Lincoln, and then he pulled up beside me. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, it's the same fucking douchebag cop.
Did he recognize you?
Yeah, of course. It was the next night, but
Yeah, come on.
I never did get fined for anything. I quit riding that bike though. Now I walk home. Now it takes me 3 times as long. Okay, you got your way. I don't have $20 for a fucking light. I don't have time to go to the Walmart like bicycle section. God,
That's where I got mine. That's where I got that. You were riding a Walmart bike that whole time,
Yeah.
basically.
Wait, so what was the capper to your story? Not to.
Oh no, it's just fuck these guys. I am gonna order a beer.
So you got
By
your-
order a beer, I mean get a 24-ounce ice house and drink it in the fucking alley, and I did.
And you weren't
Once I
scared?
saw that the coast was clear, I was fucking terrified. But it made the drunk that much better, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people would troll by, and I was literally in the alley just drinking. That's
You fit in pretty well.
the capper of the
in that
story.
area.
Is I'm an alcoholic and I need help.
I helped you move. To start.
I definitely smell a pork product of some kind.
Plan Brotherhood!
You ought to know. Sam, of all the songs you've played on Rock Band 2,
God.
I'm talking specifically Sing 2.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Psycho Killer.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know the French part of it. And
wow, how pretentious.
Did you learn that in Italian
Fuck
class?
you,
You
Carol.
pretentious.
That was off mic.
PJ's a Kerouac fag. For those that weren't off mic.
We call ourselves the Kerouac off.
If we were the Jam Hole, that would be an awesome episode title.
Kerouac off. I still think that's kind of awesome. We'll talk about it.
So you were berating me?
About what? Why would I do that?
Oh, rock band?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Your favorite song to sing?
Oh,
Yeah, we're still going with that premise.
You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette.
That is fun to sing.
Is it?
Especially if you're thinking about Dave Coulier as you sing it.
It's fun to read the lyrics. I never realized how silly they were.
They really are. And like aggressive silly. And
Yeah.
also, when I'm thinking about Dave Coulier and I get to that chorus, sometimes
Remember we were watching Full House today?
you cut it out. Sorry, if you did, go ahead.
I was just thinking about when we were watching Full House a couple hours ago.
It was a fucking brilliant episode.
You lost your temper again, didn't you, Jesse?
A couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Right before we started cliffing.
What's funny is this is the first time PJ's visited my new place, and one of the perks of this place, aside from my own bathroom, is that cable, which I haven't had in several years.
Which I have, but I had never watched Full House, Family Matters, anything like that.
That's what's
unless I'm
funny
with
is
you.
there's literally 150 channels to choose from in the living room where we were chilling out. And he came across ABC Family showing Full House at 3 in the afternoon, and we're going to watch that shit.
Sure.
And we enjoyed the hell out of it. And say the line again, PJ?
You lost your temper again, didn't you, Jesse? Now, fudge!
Okay, now's the time to explain that also. Who wants to take that one?
I'll take over.
Okay.
So we're watching Full
about
House.
time.
we get about halfway through. Little Michelle was so not cute. And Candace Cameron was always fat. Why'd they ever cast her on that show?
Sam, I'm sorry again.
That's fine.
Anyway, I'm getting mean. But, so I see Cliffhanger, and I haven't seen Cliffhanger in a long
By
time.
cliffhanger, you mean
The movie, not the end of Full House.
my DVDs are now sitting in the living room, of which I have several hundred. And PJ decides of all the movies that I can see from my spot in the couch watching Full House,
which was literally Cliffhanger and Clerks.
well, alphabetical, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, you chose Cliffhanger, which I found for $3 at a local FYE. And
how fucking worth it was it?
it was well worth it.
You know, I thought about that time when I stayed in a hotel in Seattle last time, and Sam, remember we went out to dinner and stuff.
We were watching Point Break, right?
We were watching
Fast Times.
Fast Times, that's right.
We watched the tail end of Point Break, and we were so disappointed that it was over.
Right.
And then Fast Times came on,
Right.
Which was great.
I think
wasn't
you,
it
Sam,
unedited too?
Yeah,
it must have been some
it was
movie.
a movie channel.
So we got to see
It was
Jennifer
Showtime
Jason
or
Leigh's
something.
underage boobs.
Yeah, I think Sam left at some point.
I left after Judge Reinhardt finished whacking him.
Judge Reinhardt?
Or whatever the fuck his name. Isn't that who it is?
Yeah.
Reinhold.
First name's
Reinhold?
Judy.
Judy Reinhardt? Judy Reinhold?
Yeah, and then so Fast Times ended, and Nick left, and then Point Break fucking started again. And I
know.
watched that whole thing.
And as I think I was walking home from the hotel.
Well, you know, That was a tight parking lot to get into. I was in bed.
I'm not blaming you, but I think I couldn't. I was probably in the elevator when I got the text from you that was Point Break is starting again, and I was like, "Fuck you! I'm not going to go back there now." Your wife's asleep and annoyed by me.
I watched the whole thing too. That was great. But yeah, so in that vein, I decide cliffhanger.
Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, it's really bad right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And why Janine Turner?
Janine Turner.
Yeah, Janine Turner. Why she doesn't have a career now, I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, she didn't do that movie.
She was the one that you thought was a boy at first.
Oh,
Sam.
yeah.
She did that movie with Hooch.
Starsky and Hooch?
It was, Starsky and Hooch.
Janine Turner and Hooch. Tell me that sounded straight to video, and tell me she doesn't take that job.
Sorry, I didn't catch that right away.
No, I like Starsky and Hooch.
So Cliffhanger, there's a couple of parallels to Die Hard, which came out 4 years before. That you, first of all, Sly Stallone. Let's jump right into it. Lithgow is the bad guy,
right.
And for insurance, at one point when Stallone has to climb up some ridiculous cliff in a fucking blizzard. And I think there was an earthquake, too, going on at the same time.
And he wore a T-shirt, of course.
Yeah, that's the thing, is for insurance that they took his coat.
Oh, right.
And so it reminded me exactly of John McClane in Die Hard.
Right.
It's
Take his shoes for
Take his
insurance.
shoes, yeah. Like, you're going to have to embrace this.
Well,
You're out of your element
He
now.
didn't actually have shoes on.
to correct you, Sam, they didn't take his
No,
shoes
I
for
know.
insurance. He just had them off.
Because of what the guy said in the plane.
Yeah.
Scrunching the toes.
Foreshadowing.
With your toes.
Yeah, so he climbs up without the thing. But the guy, who is that? What else has he been in other than CSI Miami?
I don't know.
I thought it was Ted Levine the first time I saw him.
He's the bald guy with a red mustache.
Yeah.
That you usually see as a cop, I feel like.
Yeah.
Although I can't.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of the Beverly Hills Cop guy, except for he's obviously not that guy.
Right. Wasn't he in Rush Hour? I'm thinking he was a cop in Rush Hour.
I think you're right.
The first one. at
PJ,
least.
you nailed it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But so John Lithgow tells Michael Rooker to stay behind while Sylvester Stallone goes up to get the bag, and he says, "You stay, you fetch." Now everybody thinks that that's the line, but that's not the line. A good 15 seconds of silence later,
The movie was poorly edited, I will agree.
Aggresso from CSI Miami.
You stole the nickname that I assigned him earlier. I was so ready to bust that out.
He gets right in his ear, and I'm going to try to do it just like he did it. So you be John Lithgow, and you say, "And you fetch," and then I'm going to wait the amount of time, and then I'm going to do it exactly like
Sam, no interruptions, please.
So,
I'm Sly Stallone.
so when I jump in, imagine me screaming in Sly Stallone's ear.
Okay, so I'm Lithgow.
Yeah.
I'm the Trinity Killer
Yeah.
in this scene.
You say, "Now you fetch."
Okay. Now you, fetch.
Fetch! That didn't come across.
No,
right.
no.
There's no justice. We got to cut that.
No, we can't cut it now. We just have,
Fetch!
rather than cut it, PJ, let's further explain.
Okay.
Everybody, first of all, go rent Cliffhanger, then
Well,
come back to
Or
us.
better yet, buy it for $3.
Yeah, if you can catch a deal
we
like
could even
that.
add the audio somewhere in there, the
Yeah.
actual audio.
Throughout the entire episode.
Yeah.
Let's find some key moments.
You stand! You! Fetch! Fetch!
And now we have a new title. But the point of this is John Lithgow had already thrown the bait by saying, "You fetch." Like that's a line like, "We're treating you like a dog, Sly Stallone. Muscles or no, we have guns." And then the other guy says it, but so aggressively. And at first I tried to rationalize for him, and because they're up in the fucking blizzard on the top of a 14,000-foot mountain, so you have to yell whatever you say.
it's
But he
about
was just
4,000
yelling for the dickhead of it. That's what
Yeah.
he was doing. And so
Because he was aggressive. Everything was like, "I'm getting sick of your fucking mouth."
yeah, there were other scenes in the movie where somebody was having a slight confrontation with him, and then he pulled out a knife and puts it to their throat. Like, don't fuck with this guy, who's a cop on his downtime, right? Like, he's just a corrupt cop or something?
No, he wasn't a cop. He was,
he looks like a cop.
He was in some company that shipped, I don't know, some government agency.
Okay, back to me. So, the joke of Cliffhanger now is... we have to find ways to demand somebody to fetch something. So as soon as Sam comes over and is already getting a beer from the fridge, we decide to fetch is the way to go. And I don't even think we'd explained it to you at this time.
You didn't. I sat down and said, I should have yelled fetch at you.
But the key to the joke, the listeners that are going to pass this on to their friends, is that when you tell somebody to fetch something, you have to yell it as loud as you can, no matter the surroundings. Right. And because that's what makes it funny.
Church, you drop your Bible.
Fetch! You guys aren't doing it justice, though. You're not yelling as loud as... Fetch! Okay, there you go.
No,
and that's the key. And when I instructed Sam to get me MPJ beers, Sam, can you please... Fetch! And I know I have neighbors, too, but you've got to nail it, dude.
I'm so terrified.
You got to do it justice.
Well,
I've only lived here 23 days, and all of a sudden it's cool for me to scream to the top of my lungs.
Well, your neighbors make shit ton of noise.
Like I'm being raped by a guy named Fetch.
I thought his name was Aggressive.
You know, another thing I like to say to people is, hey, brother from another mother. I like to say that one.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I like
no, you're taking the sarcastic tone.
No. And how much would you pay me if we went to Safeway right now? And I picked up a big hunk and I handed it to somebody, and I said, "Big hunk for a big hunk." Handed to some like the Ballard version of Aggressive.
I paid for the candy bar.
We'll drag it down. Big hunk for a big hunk. I'm buying.
First of all, that's gotta work.
Who's gonna say no to that?
Secondly, if I don't misremember, that's a true account, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nick K.
I wanted to
episode
pretend like
33.
that was my joke, but
He said that?
No, I gotta call you out, man.
Okay.
Never mind, I don't. Zip, zip.
All right, it's my joke.
That's the edit sound.
We can't talk about Nick K. His son might die.
Black Brotherhood! Nick are out of control. They will crash the airwaves with a microphone. So sit down tight and listen close. All the ladies now take off your clothes. Black Brotherhood! Black Brotherhood!
Fetch!